Assalamu alaikum and Ramadan Kareem. Islam is a complete way of life, and as such, it addresses every aspect of human life, ranging from personal and family matters to social, economical, political, and spiritual issues. The teachings of Islam are therefore devised to enable mankind to attain prosperity in this life and in hereafter. Today, on the first day of Ramadan, I'm going to give you a brief introduction on Ahkam al-Shari, which provide every Muslim with the key to a righteous life. Now see, Ahkam, the plural of Hukm, is a reference to the Islamic commandment. In Arabic, the term Sharia refers to God's immutable divine law and is contrasted with fiqh, which refers to its human, scholarly interpretations. Islam has distinguished these laws into 5 categories, namely wajib, haram, mustahab, makruh, mubah. Now let's understand these terms briefly. The first one is wajib. What does it mean? Now the word wajib means essential or necessary. Technically, it's an act of obligation that must be performed, and abandoning it is a sin and causes divine punishment. There's several categorizations for wajib. The most important obligatory acts in Islam are known as furu' din, the most famous of which are 10. Salat, Saum, Hajj, Zakah, Khums, Jihad, Amr bil Ma'ruf, Nahy anil Munkar, Tawalla, and Tabarra. You can check out my videos from last year's Ramadan to know about these acts in detail. Number 2, haram. In Islamic jurisprudence, haram is an action that is prohibited, and people are asked to avoid it, and the ones who commit it is a sinner, and it will cause him punishment. Hurma, prohibition, is one of the 5 rulings, al-Ahkam al-Khamsa, and stands for the prohibition of the haram acts. Acts like backbiting, lying, theft, adultery, etc. are considered haram in Islam, more like haram. Number 3, mustahab. Mustahab is a jurisprudential term referring to actions and practices that according to Islamic laws are recommended, as their fulfillment is rewarded, yet they're not obligatory, thus leaving them is permissible. Like Salatul Layl, daily nawafil prayers, mustahab fasting, supplications, and many other practices are counted among mustahab acts. Like reciting the Holy Quran, having wudu constantly, and giving sadaqah are some of the acts that have been mentioned in a hadith as mustahab. Number 4, makruh, or alternatively kiraha, which literally means dislike or unpleasant, is one of the 5 rulings. It is an action which is not haram, but it had better not be done and be abandoned. For example, urination while standing is makruh, that is, although it is not forbidden, one had better not do it. Drinking water while standing and eating while walking are other makruh acts. Number 5, the last ruling, mubah. Mubah is the most common one among the 5 rulings, al-Ahkam al-Khamsa, as most of the human deeds are mubah. Mubah is a jurisprudential term denoting an action that has no specific ruling, so doing or avoiding it is equal. It has no divine reward or punishment. In other words, mubah is an action that is not wajib, haram, mustahab, nor makruh. Therefore, a mukallaf is completely free to do or leave the action, such as eating or sleeping, which do not have any ruling in normal condition, and one can either do or leave these actions. The term mubah and halal differ, as in fiqh. Halal is defined as the opposite of haram and includes everything that is not haram. Based on this, halal is more general than mubah. That is, every mubah is halal, but not every halal is mubah. As a part of the measure to attain prosperity, a Muslim needs to conduct his or her affairs according to these teachings of Islam and behave and respond accordingly in all aspects of life, from the time of puberty when he or she becomes a baligh, which for female happen at the age of 9 and for males at the age of 15. And that's when a Muslim child becomes an adult and accountable to Allah for his or her action. An adult Muslim thus has the duties to learn the teachings of Islam, although every conduct constitutes an act of worship, no matter what aspect of life it may concern. Traditionally, the act of worship means the issues such as ritual cleanliness, the obligated daily prayers, fasting, the Hajj pilgrimage, zakat, or the Islamic taxing, as well as the Islamic doctrine, aqaid, etc. That is it for today's video. Tomorrow we'll learn about another important aspect of Islamic ruling called taqleed. With that being said, wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. اللهم صل على محمد